Good morning, all of you. So, welcome all of you in this Venworld Connect series. Uh, the continuation of the different topics we covered during this Venworld Connect series. Today, I am giving presentations on the handling of these poultry vaccines and their methods of the vaccinations. So before we start these sessions, I want to highlight all of you that proper vaccination is a very essential, important part of the good poultry management program. And the success of this any poultry operations is totally depending upon this different good model poultry management program. We all of you know that this effective preventive procedures such as vaccinations and biosecurity both protect hundreds of millions of poultry worldwide from many contagious and deadly diseases. Uh, and due to that, there is a improvement in the flock health and the production efficiency. So, vaccines are biological products that induce an immune response to the specific disease causing agent. And depending upon the different vaccines, they can be administered in various ways. So, these different ways we have to discuss in today in this session. So if you see broadly, there are two types of the vaccination. One is the live vaccines. So under this category, Lasota, IBD, IB H120, IB MAS. So such type of different vaccines came. It is in the viable conditions, non-attenuated form, and they are stored in the deep freezers, and they are in the lyophilized form. Then if you see there are killed vaccines. So the killed vaccines are inactivate or non-viable form. The examples are ND killed and VHV4K. So before start this vaccinations different vaccination program, I want to highlight or give the stress on this handling of these different vaccines, because handling part of the vaccines is very important, and total efficacy of these vaccines is depending upon how we handle these vaccines. So in this handling part, the storage of the vaccines, different vaccines and diluents is very important, and we have to maintain the cold chain during the storage and transportation of these live vaccines and kill vaccines. If anything happen during this transportation and chances of the breakage in the cold chain, then the efficacy of the vaccines goes down and we not get the perfect results. So if you see the live vaccines, it should be stored between the temperature of 2 to 8 degrees Celsius, but prefer we in the deep freezers at the below 0 degrees Celsius, as there is lot of fluctuations in the temperatures, and due to we have to maintain the proper storage of these vaccines, live vaccines. So it should be stored in the deep freezer at the 0 degrees Celsius. So such type of deep freezers are available in the market. So use such type of deep freezers when we store the live vaccines. If you see the diluents, these are the different diluents are there, and it should be stored at the room temperature when we storing that one. But before the vaccinations, we have to chill this diluent. We have to keep chilled one night before. And all these vaccines, all the live vaccines, kill vaccines, and all these diluents always should be protected from direct sunlight. So this is the important steps of the handling of these live vaccines and diluents. Such type of inserts we are always giving along with these blister packs, because all the instructions, uh, guidelines are mentioned here, and please read all these instructions carefully before giving the vaccines to the birds. So these are the different thermocol boxes here I shown you, and chiller boxes is also there. So these the thermocol boxes are this chiller boxes we should use during the transportation or during the storage of the live vaccines and kill vaccines along with the ice. If you see the handling part, vaccines and diluents, this live vaccines, for the live vaccines, this diluent should be pre-chilled before 6 to 2 hours before the reconstitution of the vaccinations, except Marek's disease cell-associated vaccines. Then the vaccines in this reconstituted vaccine should be keep on the ice during the entire vaccination procedure. Killed vaccine should be pre-warm to room temperature before 8 to 10 hours of the vaccination. And during the vaccination, these killed vaccines keep at the room temperature. These are the live vaccines we should always keep on the ice during the vaccination procedure. There are specific diluents are available for the specific route, and depending upon the dose size they are available at the market. So please use same specific diluents. Okay, please read carefully all the instructions given on the label of these diluents, and accordingly we should use these diluents. A lot of times we found some foreign material present in these diluents, or sometimes expired material also is there. So please read carefully all the batch number and expiry date, and then only use these specific diluents for the specific route and dose of the vaccination. So if you see example, if you want to give the vaccination for 1000 birds, so for that purpose 30 ml diluent is there. So use that diluent only. Then for the fowlpox vaccination and Marex vaccines and R2B vaccines, there are different vaccines, different diluents are there. So use that diluent only for these vaccinations. So regarding these killed vaccines, it should be stored at the 2 to 8 degrees Celsius, and it should not be frozen in the deep freezer or in the this freeze in the deep freezer. This one, it should be stored in the bottle cooler and lower racks of the refrigerator. And during this storing of the vaccines, never keep in the refrigerated door, because there is a regular opening and closing this refrigerator closer refrigerator door, and due to that there is chances of the exposure of these killed vaccines to the outer temperature is there. So don't keep these killed vaccines in the refrigerator door. So there is one test of these killed vaccines. So on the basis of that we can check that it will use or not for the vaccination purpose. So test of the killed vaccines for the emulsion breaks. So after shaking some period like 2 to 3 minutes, we keep these killed vaccines for some time, like we can say 3 to 4 minutes, and after that we can check the appearance of these vaccines, killed vaccines. If it's uniformly milky white, then it is a normal one and we can use that one. Again, some slight setting is occurred. Vaccines uh, has two layers is there, so again it will be okay and we can use this killed vaccines. But if you found here there are three layers is there. Bottom layer is black or dark brown is there, and there is clear cut indications of the three layers are there. Three layers are there. So it is a broken emulsion is there, and we not use such type of kill vaccines for the vaccination purpose. So same thing here is there. So don't use such type of their kill vaccines. These are some images I want to highlight here, that during at the field level we found that such type of improper handling of the kill vaccines always there. So avoid such type of improper handling, because if we use such type of kill vaccines, then we not get the correct results, or the efficacy goes down. So examples, if you see here, the kill vaccines are stored at the normal room temperature. It's not properly keep here. Here also see pre-used kill vaccines they are keeping here, and it should be not recommended that pre-used kill vaccines are for the vaccination purpose. Always use the fresh vaccines for the vaccination purpose. See here you found some breakage in the oil emulsions are there due to improper storage of the vaccine. So such types of improper handling leads to the it goes down the efficacy of these vaccinations. So before start the actual vaccination, we have to keep ready all the material which should require for the vaccination purpose. Important is the vaccinator or vaccinator, because vaccinator machines are very important in this vaccination method, and you have to check all the this equipment before start the vaccination, because there is chances of the leakage of the vaccine from this vaccinator machine. Then there is again we have to use these diluent bottles, different diluent bottles which are used here. Then chilled boxes are there or not, we have to check. We have to check this dish one for the big dip method, lancet, injections, droppers. So everything we should keep ready before the vaccination. Here also one point I want to highlight, that these skim milk powder are used for the water vaccination, But nowadays we not get correct this skim milk powder, and instead of we use this Vaxure tablets or the available in the market, so use such type of tablets for the water vaccination. So before start the vaccination, the reconstitution or mixing of this live vaccines with the diluent is very, very important, very important steps for before the vaccination start. So for that purpose, store the diluent bottles in the refrigerated overnight. By using the sterile needles and syringe, we withdraw approximately 2 ml to 5 ml of chilled diluents and transfer it to vaccine vial. So this is one step. And after that, mixing this diluent along with this vaccine spirit, we shake this vaccine vial moderately so that vaccine plate will properly mix into the diluent. After that, using the same syringe, we have to remove this diluted vaccines and transfer it to the diluent bottle. After that, rinsing of these vaccines vials are important twice or thrice, because all the material whatever which is attached to this vaccines vial we can get by this rinsing procedure. So that is important. Then after that, mix the vaccine by gently inverting the diluent bottle several times. So this is the reconstitution step which we do before the live vaccination methods. So I want to just I want to inform this point that when we are doing this reconstitutions method, we not handle this diluent bottle, or we cannot hold this diluent bottle here, this middle of the portions there, because sometimes whatever the heat generated by our hand, it's transferred to this bottle, and there is chances of the efficacy or storage breakage is there. So always handle this vaccine bottles here at the neck region. So this is one that one point I want to just inform you. Then when we check this, when we do this pre-killed vaccinations, for that purpose, preparation of the killed vaccines, remove the vaccines from the refrigerator, and we keep this at the room temperature, 8 to 12 hours prior to vaccinations, because viscosity of this emulsion increases during these refrigerations, and so that we have to keep at the normal temperature, so that viscosity become uh, viscosity is reduced, and there is easy to syringeability. Then shake well before use and also during the frequent syringe withdrawals. So this part is also important, because shaking part will helps to uniformity or mixing of this diluent vaccine into the this oil one, this emulsion one. So shake this one. Shaking should be done by gentle up and down of bottle for 10 times. So till now I updated you regarding so this vaccines, handling of the vaccines, then reconstitutions method, storage part, because that part is very important of this vaccination methods. Then we have to shift to this methods, different methods of the vaccination, which apply at the field level, so or which you practice on the field level. So there are, if you see, there are two types of the vaccination, that is mass vaccination and individual vaccinations. So this mass vaccination carried out at the mass level, and this individual vaccination is doing individually, one bird, one by one with the vaccinations. So in the mass vaccination, the water vaccination is very is a regular practice with doing for the mass vaccination. And for the individual vaccination, there are again four routes, that is injectable route, intraocular route, beak deep route, and wing web route. So in the injectables, intramuscular and subcutaneous, these are the two routes of the vaccination we are giving by injectable route. So this is the drinking water vaccination, which come under the mass vaccinations, and this method is very commonly used and very effective technique in the field conditions. And We found that for the boosting, or for our boosting of the live vaccines, we are doing this drinking water method. So generally, this drinking water vaccination we are carried out at the early in the morning, because early morning is very cooler, temperature is compared to other day, it is a normal one, and during that period the birds are more active in terms of the drinking. So drinking water vaccination we should generally done at the morning hours. The quality of the vaccines is the quality of the water is very important for the drinking water vaccinations. It should be clean, drinkable. The pH of this water vaccination is 5.5 to 7.5. it should be free from chlorine, other sanitizers or medicines, because they destroy these vaccines. So always it should be free from chlorine and other sanitizers. For to neutralize the chlorine, we should use this Vaxure tablet. Previously we are using this skim milk powder, but nowadays it not get crop properly, and lot of times we found that raw material are using for this water vaccinations. So please avoid such type of this milk powder or like that, and instead of that use this Vaxure tablet. And it is very good and hygienic one, and compared to other this skim milk powder, the results are also good if you found these tablets. So we can neutralize the chlorine by using this Vaxure tablet just 10 minutes before the reconstitution of the vaccine. So the birds should be water starved or thrust by depriving them of water for 1 to 2 hours, depending upon the environmental temperature. During summer, we have to reduce the time for 1 hour, or in the winter, we can increase up to 2 hours. Then for the preparation of the vaccine solution, we use these plastic containers, because they are the non-reactive one, and non-reactive, non-sticky is there. So use such type of plastic containers which is available in the market. Then the calculation of the water is required for the consumption for 2 hours only. So accordingly we have to calculate the waters which is needed for vaccination for consumption period of about 2 hours. So for the calculation of the water, first calculate the per bird feed consumption on the day of vaccine, and take water quantity 2.5 times more as that of feed quantity. For example, if you see 25th week birds are there, and the feed requirement is 100 gram per bird. So we have to calculate this 100 gram feed into 2.5 times. So the water per bird is required 250 ml. So for the 1000 birds, the water requirement is 250 liter, and use this 20% water for vaccination for broilers and 30% water for layer breeder vaccination. Maintain the cold chain during the vaccination, water vaccinations. For that purpose, we have to use good quality ice, that is 1 kg per 10 liter of water. Preferably use these polythene bags to avoid the contamination of the water. And this distribution of the vaccine should be complete within 30 minutes. And the consumption of this water should be complete within 1.5 to 2 hours maximum, to ensure the homogeneous vaccinations. During this vaccination, monitoring will helps to stimulate the birds to take the water. So that we have to do during the water vaccinations. So this is one step, eye drop vaccination method. So this vaccine method is doing for the individual vaccination, individual birds. So this method we are doing via eye drop or nasal route. So advantages of this vaccination are, it is very most effective technique, because it ensures the complete dose is administered to each bird. So before start the vaccination, prepare the vaccine suspension with appropriate diluents. Use the calibrated dropper, that is 1000 doses in 30 ml. 20 minutes for 1000 birds is the time is there for this vaccination. Uh, then if you found some disadvantages, so like it is a time consuming and mass labor and requirement of the labor is more for the handling of the birds. So this is the during this eye drop vaccination, hold the bottle in upside down position by one hand, and hold the chick with its head on eye side, one eye facing towards upwards. So this is the way we have to hold this bottle, and this is the chick we have to hold. So the drop should be directly reach to the eye in the see, here. This is the eyes directly reach to the eyes. Apply one drop, only one drop onto the eye. Avoid the contact of this bottle to the with the mucosa of the eye. So that we have to take care of that during this vaccination. And after that, wait for few seconds. Ensure that the vaccine drop is completely absorbed in the eye, then release the pulse. So this is the eye drop vaccination method. There is one small practice is there to check the vaccines is properly going to the eye. For that purpose, just keep one blank or white paper or to the downside where we do this eye drop vaccination. If and do the vaccine. If some the paper looking wet, so it is an indication that the drops is fallen down to the not fallen down to the paper, not into the eye. So this is the one practice. So please do this practice before this during the eye drop vaccination. So this is the second way of the big dip method of the individual vaccinations. So in this method, again, we can reconstruct the vaccines in a glass or plastic bowl. Then in this case, we have to double the diluent for the 1000 dose, because big dipping, the diluent requires more. So double the diluent for the 1000 dose. Then secure the cheek and dip the beak up to the nostrils. Then cheeks respond with jerky movements of this forehead indicate successful vaccination. So advantages, again, these are the this method is very fast and easy for the vaccination during the first life of the life. And another important advantage that all the birds can be immunized by this vaccination. And if you found that during the water vaccination there is irregularity for the water consumptions, so this problem we sorted in this big dip method. And this method is generally we are doing for this IBH120 vaccines at the 0 day, the 0 day in the life. Then another important advantage of this vaccination that there is a respiratory restrictions are less as compared to the spray vaccinations. Then it will again we can do the kill vaccines or other vaccines simultaneously by doing this vaccine. So advantages, disadvantages, like it is again some time consuming and more labors required for the vaccination purpose. So this is the third way of the vaccination for the individual birds, that is injection route. So in that we are doing in the subcut route or in the intramuscular route. So these are the two routes we are giving injections for the vaccination purpose. So two routes are common, that is subcut or intramuscular for the intramuscular administration of the live vaccines. Example are Marex vaccines, that vaccines we are doing at the HD level. Then NDK also for the commercial broiler at the HA levels. So we do this subcut may. Fowl-pox vaccinations, intramuscular or in the wing web method. Then R2B vaccines. Also we are giving this intramuscular way. Then some inactivated vaccines like ND or all the other vaccines, kill vaccines, we are using this method for the vaccination. So for the vaccination purpose, we have to use this manual automatic syringes or vaccinators. Uh, Before that, we have to calibrate of automatic syringes for the dose accuracy is very important. Use this 18 gauge needles, 18 gauge half-inch needle for the vaccination purpose. These are the manual vaccinators we are using for the vaccination purpose. These are the different nozzles are available. So depending upon the dose size, we have to change these nozzles. This needle should be sharp one and clean one, and we should always change this needle 1500 to 1000 after births. We have to change these needles. This should be not contaminated when we using this vaccinators for the vaccination purpose. So these are the different rules of the vaccination or different sites of the for the injectable vaccinations. The most common is the subcut way. So this here we can give this vaccination subcut way, intramuscular in the leg or in the breast muscles. So these are the common injectable methods of the vaccinations. So subcut way, this vaccination is doing at the HD level or 0 day at the chicks in this Marex vaccines or NDKIL vaccines or the commercial broilers. So for that purpose, such type of manual vaccinators are available, or nowadays such type of automatic vaccinators is also available. They they should be moving working on pneumatic pressure or electricity. So take vaccines in the automatic syringe, then by inject in the lower half of the neck. The operator raises the skin under the loose skin at point midway between the bird's heads and base of the neck. So here we can inject these vaccines. So the location is correctly between the skin and the muscular part, neck muscular part. So here we can inject the vaccines and we give this vaccine there. So see here the injection should not be given into the skin or into the neck muscles. It should be given between the skin and neck muscles. Here is the correct way. So this is the intramuscular method. Take the reconstruct vaccines in a holder which is attached with the syringe. Then inject the needle of the syringe into the pectoral muscles or thigh muscles of the bird. So here we can directly inject into the pectoral or thigh muscles, and we can inject the vaccines. So there are some we found that during this handling there a lot of errors mistakes is there, and due to that there is we found some excess reactions to the birds. So avoid such type of errors during the injectable vaccine. See here you found that the swelling of the muscles are there due to the improper handling. Neck muscles is damaged here, and swelling we found here. See here. So here you found that the birds with swollen head after the subcut vaccinations, as the injection is too high on the neck. So that is one you found that errors. So here is the bleeding subcut bleeding we found due to the damage to the blood vessels is there due to the improper handling. And here is this is the crooked neck following the subcut injection that were administered to the deeply into the neck. So these are some different errors we found during the injectable vaccinations. So intramuscular breast injection is the easier technique with increased accuracy, but can have its own problems. Adverse lesions in the form of granulomas may remain in the muscles and be found during the processing. That is one disadvantages we found during these breast muscle vaccinations. Vaccinators can insert the needle close to the end of the breast, entering the abdominal or internal organs, resulting in the formation of abscesses in the organs or adhesions to the abdominal wall. Certain injectable vaccines can create excessive reactions when injecting into the muscles, so which leads to going to half fed for few days. So such types of reactions we found after the vaccinations. So this is another way that is wing wave method of the vaccination for the fowl pox vaccinations, and for that we have to hold the bird on its back and one wing extended. For that purpose, such type of sterile lancet we should use, and we should be deep into the reconstruct vaccines. Then prick this lancet, prick the lancet into in the wing wave region of the bird. The needles of the lancet should be dipped in the vaccines before every prick. So always we have to dip in this lancet into the reconstruct vaccines before every prick. This use 20 ml diluents which supplied with the vaccines, and the drop between the needles point should be 20 microliter. So that is 0.02 ml. And take care not deep lancet too dipping into the vaccines. So it will waste the vaccine dosage. So take all this care for this wing wave method. And there is one test also to get the to find the efficacy of the fowl pox vaccines. So we have to monitoring the ticks of this after the 8 to 10 days. So this method is commonly practiced to evaluate the vaccine efficacy following the vaccinations against the fowl pox. So for that 8 to 10 days of following vaccination against the fowl pox, about 10% of the vaccinated birds should be examined for the formations of scabs or swelling at the site of vaccine administration in the wing wave areas. So such type of scab or swelling we found after 8 to 10 days. So that indicates that the immune response is developing against the fowl-pox. So this is one step or one testing for the efficacy of the fowl-pox vaccination. So these are the all the things I covered in these sessions. So some important tips again I want to highlight for this during this presentation, that always vaccinate only the healthy birds. So this is very important point. So to the successful vaccinations, always vaccinate only healthy birds. The vaccine should always transport in the different these thermocol boxes or insulating bags, then thermas. So such types of equipments we have to use for the transportations with the good quality ice. So it will maintain the cold chain, and there is no chance of the breakage of the cold chain. Then it should be complete within 2 hours. So reconstructed vaccine should be complete 2 hours. So pre-used vaccine we should not use. Always use the fresh vaccines, and after completion of the vaccines, burn and destroy. If the some unused vaccines are is there, and empty vials we have to burn and destroy. So such type of steps we have to carry out for the proper vaccinations. So all these steps is we will get the proper vaccination or successful vaccinations. So here I'm ending my presentations. Thank you all of you and have a nice day.